I'm Noah, just a simple man who was asked to do something extraordinary. The world around me was full of wickedness and violence. I tried to live righteously, but I often felt alone. People mocked me for my faith, calling me old-fashioned and foolish. But I held on to my beliefs, even when doubt crept into my heart. Then one day, God spoke to me. He told me to build an ark, for he was going to cleanse the earth with a great flood. At first, I was overwhelmed. How could I, a mere man, undertake such a task? But then I felt a strength I had never known before. The specifications God gave me were enormous. The ark was to be huge, unlike anything ever built before. My family thought I had lost my mind. My neighbors laughed and jeered as I began to gather materials. But with each plank I laid, each nail I drove, my faith grew stronger. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. The work was hard, and there were times I wanted to give up. But I remembered God's promise, and I persevered. Finally, after 120 years, the ark was complete. I stood before it, marveling at what faith had built. Then, something amazing happened. The animals came 2 by 2, just as God had said. It was miraculous. As the last animal boarded, I felt a drop of rain on my cheek. It was time. When the rains began, I felt both fear and awe. For 40 days and nights, we floated on endless waters. The world as we knew it had vanished beneath the waves. I often wondered if we were the only living things left in the world. After many days, I sent out a dove, hoping for a sign, and moments of sorrow as we remembered the world we had left behind. Through it all, we held on to our faith, trusting in God's plan. When the dove returned with an olive branch, we knew our journey was nearing its end. After 150 days, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat, but we couldn't leave yet. We had to wait for the waters to recede further. I sent out birds to check if there was dry land. First a raven, then a dove. When the dove returned with an olive leaf, my heart leaped with joy. Finally, the waters began to recede. Hope stirred in our hearts. When we stepped onto dry land, I was filled with gratitude. But I also felt uncertain about the future. The world looked so different now. How would we start anew? I built an altar and offered sacrifices to God, thanking Him for our salvation. Then I saw it, a beautiful arc of color stretching across the sky, a rainbow. In that moment, I understood. This was God's promise, His covenant with us. He promised never again to destroy the earth with a flood. As I gazed at the rainbow, I felt a profound sense of peace and purpose. We had been given a second chance, a new beginning. This journey taught me the power of faith, obedience, and God's unfailing love. It showed me that even in the darkest times, there is always hope, and that with faith we can overcome any challenge, no matter how impossible it may seem. Remember, no matter how impossible the task may seem, with faith, all things are possible.